I used to live in a nice place, well it wasn't that nice. You'd be kept awake by the sound of shouting at night. Police lights, the flash bright and sirens that were audible. But it was our home, most of all it was affordable. But then something happened and it all changed forever. I was in the corner shop buying beans for my breakfast when I saw something that I thought was kind of freaky. A shelf I'd never seen with something on it called tahini. I shouted to the owner, "Hey yo man, what's this?" He said, "I don't know, but I've had requests to stock it." At the time I thought it was nothing to be fearing, but shortly after more weird things began appearing. A coffee shop popping up where before there wasn't one. The gym doing yoga classes instead of body pump. But the point at which I knew things had gone too far was when the snooker hall turned into a juice bar.
You better start running, head for the hills, cause the hipsters are coming. They took our town and they left us for nothing, and now they wanna take yours too. Oh, you better start running, head for the hills, cause the hipsters are coming. Taking over every damn thing that they're touching, and they wanna do the same to you.
It spread like wildfire, it was too quick to stop. Every building in the street just became a hipster spot. I met my first love when I was only a kid. She used to come over every day to play at my crib. From the moment that we met, I was struck by Cupid, and the object of my affection's name was music. We grew up together and were teenage sweethearts, but as we matured she became more street smart. She stopped singing about things like love and fun and started rapping about things like drugs and guns. My parents got concerned she would lead me astray, but no matter what they say they couldn't keep me away. I went from listening to her lyrics and liking her flow to staying at home writing and reciting my own. The love I had for music couldn't have been truer. I was ready to devote the rest of my life to her, but things don't always go the way you plan at the start. And as the time passed, we slowly drifted apart. I got a job and like the lifestyle it afforded me, I knew she could never give me that kind of security. So even though it truly broke my heart at the time, I turned my back on that first love of mine.
Ooh baby, I got something I want you to know, that no matter what I say, I do not want you to go. I know that things can get bad sometimes and it can get rough, but I need you by my side because you're my first love.
A couple years passed and I dated around, but nothing came close to that first love that I found. There's this guy that I've known since I was 15, and ever since then he's always hung around with me. But even though we no longer have a thing in common, no matter what I do I can't seem to get rid of him. You see, the problem is this dude is a bad influence, coming up with crazy schemes and talking me into him, leaving me to catch the blame while he runs free. What's his name, I hear you ask? Well, it's Drunk Me. Whenever he's not around I'm a responsible guy, kind-hearted, mild-mannered, and I'm always polite. But whenever we get together something happens inside, and I change from Dr. Jekyll into Mr. Hyde. He makes me crack jokes that are rude and offensive and doesn't stick around to deal with the consequences, cause by the time the morning comes he's always disappeared, leaving me with nothing but a banging headache and the fear.
There's this guy that I know, and everywhere I go, every place and every time he follows me. No matter what I try to get rid of this guy, he just stays in his place and he won't leave. There's this guy that I know, and everywhere I go, every place and every time he follows me. No matter what I try to get rid of this guy, he just stays in his place and he won't leave.
He's always landing me in these sticky situations and leaving me to come up with a tricky explanation. It's the night before payday and all through the house the only thing stirring is my finger on the mouse of my online banking, clicking refresh to see if my wages have been received yet. I've been waiting for this day for what seems like an age, cause last month I went out and got carried away. Okay, I'll confess I spent it all, but this month I'm gonna be way more sensible. Finally it lands and I'm rubbing my hands, but my overdraft hoovers up most of the cash. Between that and my credit card minimum amount, there's barely any money left in the account. That's fine though, I wanted a quiet month anyway. I'll just stay in, save and try to be well behaved. The next month when they pay me I may be back in the black just like AC and
I got a hole in my pocket cause this money is burning, and I can't stop spending every penny I'm earning. No matter how much I have when the month commences, by the time that is ended I still manage to spend it. I got a hole in my pocket cause this money is burning, and I can't stop spending every penny I'm earning. No matter how much I have when the month commences, by the time that is ended I still manage to spend it.
I wake up the next day and it's 8:10 and I've already got a verbal warning for being late. Let me tell you all about a little problem of mine and how hard I find arriving at places on time. Because no matter when I leave to reach my destination, the journey always exceeds my estimation. I don't ever mean to be tardy on purpose, I just get distracted by things that seem urgent. My wife could be in labour, screaming, "What are you waiting for?" while I'm seeing if I'm being Gryffindor or Ravenclaw.
Ollie!
Right, Gryffindor, Bob. It got so bad that I arranged a visit to the docs to see if there's a cure for my lifelong affliction. I made an appointment, but sadly I missed it. If you don't believe me, you can check with my friends. They started lying to me about when to get to events. They tell me that it's 6 when it's 7 p.m, but the joke's on them, cause I still turn up at 10. I'm late, I'm always running late. My mates still get frustrated, cause I always make them wait. I'm late, and now I'm in a state, because no matter what I do, it seems that's just my fate. I got an interview for the job of a lifetime, so set 3 alarms just cause I know what I'm like. But on this occasion they weren't actually needed, cause I was so excited I woke up at 5:30. I jumped in my ride and slapped in the postcode, but roadworks meant that way was a no-go. So I took my own route, an unusual tack to assume that I knew better than Google Maps. I was sat in a room with a record executive, with a pen and a checkbook there next to him. He said, "Kid, I think that you got what it takes, and with my help you could be one of the greats. Here's the contract, all you've got to do is sign it." I said, "Wait, shouldn't I read the fine print?" He said, "Now's not the time to get cold feet." I felt embarrassed, so did what he told me. But the moment I did, I regretted it, as I watched his expression turn devilish. He threw his head backwards with an evil laugh. The door opened and in marched a pair of guards. They grabbed my arms and put me in handcuffs, then led me to a cell, and as the door slammed shut, I yelled, "Wait, I think I've made a big mistake." They looked back and said, "That's what they all say."
It's been this way for way too long, but now the time has come to even the score. Too many artists get paid a song, while the fat cats sit and reap the rewards. It's been this way for way too long, but now the time has come to even the score. Too many artists get paid a song, while the fat cats sit and reap the rewards.
Now I'm trapped in my worst nightmare. They took all my clothes and they cut all my hair. They say when to wake up and say when to sleep. They say when to exercise and when to eat. Welcome to the gym, come take a wander with me. There's a few of the members that I want you to meet, and if you're wondering where it is, you've seen them before. It's in every other gym that you've probably been. I said, welcome to the gym, come take a wander with me. There's a few of the members that I want you to meet, and if you're wondering where it is, you've seen them before. It's in every other gym that you've probably been. Hey yo, every gym I've been to contains the same characters. I swear it's like somewhere there's a manufacturer with the same personality types they're pumping out. Let's start with Mr. Loudmouth, who likes to grunt and shout. You'll never need to ask anybody where'd he go. If you can't see him, don't worry, cause he'll let you know. And usually if there's a weight that you need, you can find it in a huge pile lying by his feet. And over here we got the gym bro who conforms to a strict code and wears the same uniform. Backwards cap check, chewing gum check, ladies crop top, no man, it's a vest. Sure, this guy spends so much time on his phone, I genuinely wanna know, do you even lift, bro? And if checking your reflection counted as reps, then by now he'd be bigger than the mountain, I bet. Welcome to the gym, come take a wander with me. There's a few of the members that I want you to meet, and if you're wondering where it is, you've seen him before. It's in every other gym that you've probably been. I said, welcome to the gym, come take a wander with me. There's a few of the members that I want you to meet, and if you're wondering where it is, you've seen him before. It's in every other gym that you've probably been. But yo, do you know who my favourite gym guy type is? The dude who's going through the midlife crisis and clearly hasn't been to the gym for a few years, so rocks up, dress head to toe in brand new gear. I know what you're thinking from the instant that I step in the door. You're sniffing around to try and make sure my life isn't better than yours. The first thing you ask me is what am I doing for work these days? I say a bit of this and that, whatever it takes to earn a wage. You're looking surprised, like what do you mean? You don't have a permanent job, and your eyes light up as you try and conceal the delight you feel combined with shock. I tell you I work for myself and you ask, is that not a little bit risky? It has its ups and downs, but I happen to like the freedom it gives me and the flexibility which allows me to focus on other things. You ask what I mean, and when I say music you practically lose it and spit out your drink. You ask me if I still rap as you throw up your hands and mimic a gang sign. I'll roll my eyes and sigh and reply, yeah, but it's really not that tight. I know what you're thinking, no career path, what a psychopath. In his 30s, still trying to make a living from scribbling rhymes in pads. It used to be cool, but now at his age, isn't it kinda sad? I'm Peter fucking Pan, and I'm absolutely fine with that. I can see it in your eyes, you criticize the life I have. You smile in my face, but then you whisper it behind my back. But you don't need to be polite or even try to hide the fact I'm Peter fucking Pan, and I'm absolutely fine with that. I can see it in your eyes, you criticize the life I have. You smile in my face, but then you whisper it behind my back. My folks broke up when I was 10. My mum met another bloke and got married again. We left our home in the city where we previously lived and moved house to a little town out in the sticks. Even though I missed my friends, I liked it at first. You could leave your door unlocked and your bike unobserved. But after a little while it started to change, and I began to see things that seemed a bit strange. There was a butcher's that I walked past every morning, and I talked to the owner, who I thought was in his 40s. It was his birthday one day, he told me with pride, and I was shocked to find he was only 25. I couldn't believe it, he had to be joking, but the closer I looked, the more I started to notice. The baker, the postman, even the fishmonger, all turned out to be a whole lot younger. It wasn't just the way they looked that made them seem old, it was on a deeper level than that, way down in their soul. It was in the way they moved and talked, but most of all, in the glazed expression that their faces all wore. No matter where I'm going, no matter what I'm doing, I can hear the sound of the town calling my name. I just keep running, I just keep moving, cause the moment I'm stalling, it's taking its prey. No matter where I'm going, no matter what I'm doing, I can hear the sound of the town calling my name. It just keeps going, it just keeps pursuing, cause it knows if I'm falling, it's making its claim. I tried telling people at school about my theory. A couple understood, but most just looked at me weirdly. And those I did tell, I had to do in a whisper, cause most of these people were their brothers and sisters. We talk a minute?
Yeah, what's up?
Just sit down and say. We met a couple days ago and had our first date, and we spent the night together, and I won't lie, it was great. But I've been berated for misleading girls before, so it's important to me that we talk just to set things straight. You seem ace and I think you're really pretty, but I don't want a girlfriend now, cause I'm too busy, and I don't want to be accused of lying or pretending, so I'm ending it now before you get invested. Shh, baby, just let me speak. I know you're looking for the one, but I'm afraid that isn't me. You're probably devastated, and I'm sorry that you got stung. I'm doing you a favour though, in fact, you'll probably thank me in the long run.
Are you done?
I guess so.
Okay, well, number one, just cause I'm a woman doesn't mean I need a boyfriend. Don't you know that some girls just wanna have fun? Now brace your ego for number two. The sex was good but not enough to make me fall in love with you. So based on what you said, let's just be friends and nothing more. You could've had benefits, but you're too immature.
So now I flopped it.
But I'm gonna learn from my mistakes, and next time I slow things down and put on the brakes. When it comes to the talk, I won't leave it so long. Cause baby, I don't wanna do you wrong. I don't wanna do you wrong.
Hey, can we talk a minute? You go first.
No, you.
I'm a pretty capable guy in most aspects of my life. I can cook, clean and do what it takes to survive. But there's one area where I could be a whole lot better, and that's doing anything practical whatsoever. The type of things you classify as real man stuff. Anything involving tools, wood, steel and such. Stuff I thought you just knew once you reached a certain age, but now I'm grown up, I realise it's far from the case. Stuff my dad's generation seem to just understand, like they've got a manual with the emphasis on man. And girls, don't get mad, I know you can do it too. In fact, I'm regularly shown up by a few of you who do. Don't get me wrong, there's plenty other value I can add. I can sync your email with your phone and iPad. I'm just not the type of guy you describe as a lad, and that's fine, I've come to terms with the fact that I simply am a modern man. There's a lot that I can do. I can whip up a delicious gluten-free vegan stew. I'm a modern man, and it's even low carb. But if the oven won't start, I'm afraid we're gonna starve. I'm a modern man, yeah, I got a lot of skills. I can recommend a range of excellent foreign films. I'm a modern man, and you can borrow them as well. But if you want a screwdriver, well, sorry, I can't help. When it comes to DIY, for me the D stands for delegate, cause I cause devastation whenever I decorate. And that's for trying to mend something when it breaks. My expertise extends as far as wrapping it together with some sellotape. January is the month that we dedicate to fitness, 'cause everybody feels fat and guilty after Christmas. So we sell them memberships to gyms and all the kids, and they go once or twice, but in a few months they all quit. And February is a month that's lucrative for us, 'cause Valentines Day makes everyone have to prove their love. So we sell flowers, chocolate, even jewelry to these chumps, and they buy it all 'cause they know if they don't then they'll get dumped. And March is when we all dress up to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, whether or not we've got a drop of Irish blood inside our veins. And to tell the truth, I still don't know what it all means, but I know one thing, it's literally a license to print green. And Easter was supposed to be when Jesus returned from the dead, but our research shows that people prefer fluffy bunnies instead. And if you still got any chocolate from Valentine's Day left, you can melt it down, reshape it, and resell it all as eggs. Rely on people buying what we sell, and we thrive on gluttony and greed. We provide a range of seasons as the motivation and the reason to buy things that they don't need. They comply and always do just what we tell them, and inside it makes them feel complete. But when they find the feeling has depleted, they are desperate to repeat it, so buy more things they don't need. There wasn't really much in June, so we created Father's Day as yet another chance for us to saturate the marketplace. Long before the days of Spotify and Tidal, Ice-T, Snoop and Dre were all my idols. I wanted to be just like them, that was my main ambition. The only issue was I had nothing in common with them, 'cause I grew up on the nice side, the Sunday Times side, where staying alive was no problem. I wanted to be like NWA, but wasn't even coming straight out of Easter Compton. But I didn't let that stop me adopting the lifestyle, baggy jeans, tees and caps in my FUBU vest that went down to my knees from my weekly shopping sprees at TK Maxx, 'cause we didn't have eBay back then, so it was either that or a trip to the market to buy a fake Wu-Tang fleece that was next to the socks that said Hike with a bar on the H that was slung. 'Cause it's hard growing up as a kid in the sticks, when all you wanna be is a boy in the hood with the low-rider cars and the girls in their bras. Yeah, you go in a heartbeat if only you could. Yeah, it's hard growing up as a kid in the sticks, when all you wanna be is a boy in the hood with a big gold chain, maybe even a cane with ice on your wrist and Tim's on each foot. But even though I dressed like Ali G, to my dismay the 5-0 weren't harassing me. I would say fuck the police, but not understand why, 'cause there was only one guy who was actually alright, and the only time that he did interfere was when we were 15 in the park drinking beer, and not the 40 ounces we'd hear in the songs. It was the little beer doors that were 4% strong.